Hi guys, welcome to 2017. We hope you had a good break and we hope you got out on the water. Well, we've got some awesome stuff with our hot products at the moment. First we're going to start small and then we're going to get a bit bigger. So we're going to start off with, you've probably heard about sinking stick baits. Well, this is the offering from Shimano New Zealand. These little guys here, so they're called Colt Snipers, come in two sizes. So this size here is 140mm and this size here is 120mm, 56 grams and 33 grams in weight. So sink really well, but still have a real cool S shape to them. So they come rigged with owner trebles and have a wicked little head action to them. You'll see they've got a little scallop system into their head, so it really makes them move. These things are deadly on the inshore kingfish, and we've been finding snapper love them in the shallows as well, so you can fish them right into kind of 4 and 5 meters, or you can fish them right out to kind of 30 meters, depending on what size and obviously your wind and drift. So they're the Colt Snipers from Shimano. So the way you fish these is you cast them out almost like you would a soft bait, or you cast them at where your structure is, where you think the kingfish is. Let them sink. Their sink rate's obviously dependent on their weight, so they'll sink faster or slower depending on that. So you've kind of got to work that out a little bit. Once you get them into the zone you think you want them, it's a sweep and wind up that slack, and a sweep and wind up that slack, and they'll do that traditional little S shape, and then they'll kind of sink again for you as you wind up that slack, and then that sweep will pull them back up and they'll do that S. So you can fish them right across the surface, you can fish them 2 meters down, 4 meters, just let them sink longer the deeper you want to fish them. So we talked about the Colt Sniper sinking stick baits having owner trebles. Some people don't like the treble hooks. They can do a bit more damage to the fish, and obviously it's a hook that's flailing around when you bring that fish in the boat. We've got the answer for that if you want to change up. So these are the owner S75 singles. So they're an inline single hook. We've got them from 2.0 right down to a size 6. The 2.0s and 1.0s suit these perfectly, and they're really strong. So that's the owner S75s, and they're an inline single. So we talked about sinking stick baits, kingfish, snapper, things like that. Obviously the kings are turned up, they're starting to chew. So what do we got? We've got the Messiah jigs from Seafloor Control. So these are designed for mechanical / slow pitch style of jigging. So rather than your traditional long jig designed for kingfish that kind of gets down fast and then does a bit of an S action as you're mechanically jigging it, these have got a keel system in them, still nice and long, so a big profile, but they slide a lot more and slide out. Don't need to work them as hard, so it's not as hard on the angler as well. And the kingfish love that kind of pause and sliding action. Regularly, that's when you'll get hit, not just as you're retrieving fast, so let them do their thing. These come in anything from 180 grams right up to 300. Colours like blue, pink, silver, pink with a lumo stripe, and silver with a lumo stripe. So the lumo striping's on the back, and you'll see some of that lumo striping in here. The idea of the lumo striping, couple of things. One, to break up the profile, and two, when a bait fish or any kind of fish is being predated on and they go under stress, they'll start to stripe up. So that's the idea. They look stressed, and those kingfish just fire after them even more. So we said we were starting small and we're getting bigger. We obviously had the Shimano Colt Sniper sinking stick baits, which are kingfish and snapper. We had the Seafloor Control Messiah jigs, which are designed really for the kings. What's bigger than that? Our marlin and tuna. They've arrived. We're finding the seasons are a little bit later than last year, so the warm water's not quite as close, but we're seeing some really awesome fish being caught. We've had multiple blue marlin over 300 kilos. We've had a big-eyed tuna down the line, 129 kilos, which is a pending record. So there's some awesome fish out there at the moment. We're seeing yellowfin turning up again, and usually when they're catching one, people are catching more than one. And what's your answer to that? This is the Polukai lure range. So these lures we've got in sizes anything from 6-inch right up to 12-inch. So targeting tuna right up to targeting marlin. Why the Polukais? So the Polukais are a specialist lure made in Honolulu, Hawaii. Everything of these is handmade. Full power inserts, full resin heads, and all designed to suit certain skirts. All of the skirts used on these are the Yamashita skirts, so really high quality skirts, last really well, very good UV resistance, and swim beautifully. Some of the lures in this range that we've got is the Shaka Plunger, which is a slant face. We've got another one there called the Fat Boy, which is another slant face but a bigger head. We've got a cup face lure in that range called the Caveman. We have a multitude of different skirts on these lures. We also have the Polu Diver, which is designed specifically for tuna, and you can see that's a bullet head shape, weighted bullet head, so it'll get down and it'll stay down. And we've got a couple more heads in that range, which you need to come in and see for yourself. So obviously we've got big range of lures in store, anything from, we've seen the Polu Kais, we've got Steve Coggins, we've got Aloha, we've got Pakula, Zukas, you name it. But obviously you've got to have stuff to rig them with. So one of the ranges that we have in store is the full Pakula range, anything from their shackle rigs to their swivels, crimps, bow shackles, gloves, rigging, you name it. So that full Pakula range is in store, right down to their singles, light gauge and standard. If you want any of this gear rigged, we'll rig it all here in store for you. We do a ton of rigging here as well. If you want to rig it yourself, it's all here, so come on in and see it. So guys, we've gone from small to big with the Colt Snipers right up to the Marlin lures on this Hot Products. Come on in store and see it all. It's also online and available there if you can't get in store and you're down the line or further north. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you'll get to see some of this stuff and use it as well. Have an awesome fishing time out there, guys. The weather's wicked now, so get on out and do it.